Going to be a massive week for Manchester United. Those are the words from Fabrizio Romano talking yesterday. We're talking several deals in the offing, ins, outs, everything going on, and it's going to be crucial with all negotiations this week. We got the updates on everything. Mazraoui deal was done 2 days ago. Apparently, Fabrizio Romano said we talked about that yesterday. He came out and confirmed that later on last night after we finished our live show as well. We've also got updates on Victor Lindelof, but the big one that everybody wants to know about, the one I've got the poll up right now in the chat with. Who would you want to leave Manchester United? Who do you want out the most? At the top of that list, I've got Antony. And we're hearing stories coming out yesterday that Besiktas from Turkey are looking at taking Antony away from Manchester United. He doesn't want to go, though. We're going to get into details on that. Again, one of them players standing his ground. We'll talk about Jadon Sancho as well. A little bit of an update there. How much money are Manchester United actually saving and getting out of these deals? I've got full details on all of that, and it will blow your mind. Stay tuned. Give the video a like. I want 600 likes on this video. Easy task for you guys who are well and truly on it over these last few days. Thank you. If you haven't already subscribed, join the 51,000 that have done and keep up to date with all Manchester United content going forward. We're live wherever we're at. Whenever the news breaks, I've got you covered. So let's get into this quick fire update of everything that's going on with Manchester United, setting you up for your week ahead. Hopefully the kids are not doing your head in if you're in England, because school holidays are well and truly on right now. So I know what you're feeling. I know, I've been there. Okay, into the news. Antony. So last night, after everything that was going on with Mazraoui, and Wan-Bissaka, by the way, we'll update on Wan-Bissaka as well in a minute. But Antony is what I want to talk about first of all this morning. We've done several videos about Manchester United wanting Antony to go. We've also done videos on Antony's agent coming out and saying that there is no chance that Antony's leaving. All of the noises coming from the football club are that they want him to stay. Basically, what's been said by Manchester United, and when we're talking news about Manchester United's players wanting to stay, it's looking more unlikely like they're going to stay. The club are coming out saying that we've got a strong squad, blah-de-blah-de-blah, bollocks, fluff, garbage. It's basically United behind the scenes wanting these players out, but just trying to make it sound like these players are actually worth something to other clubs, and they're trying to make him look like a good buy. Antony involved in pre-season training, part of the squad, no issue, no drama, makes it look like a better proposition. Same as what we've discussed in the likes of Jadon Sancho being integrated back into Manchester United, but Besiktas have come forward. I was talking with Kaz about this. Is that not just the perfect level of where Antony should be? Are you guys in the chat as well? You let me know. Get your comments in and let me know if and how much you would accept for Antony. What is a fair price? In terms of fair price, is it so much the word we should be using right now? Is it just a case that United just need Antony off the books? It's as simple as that. And looking into it, how much would you just take just to get rid of him? Probably more than what is a fair price right now with Antony. So yeah, that's what I want to know from you guys. Let me know what you think Antony's worth. I'm gonna shock you all and tell you what I would do right now. I would just get, do you know what? Besiktas, not a lot of money. We know this. Turkish league doesn't have the Premier League finances. Give me 10 million, see you later. I'll take a 70 million loss on Antony. I do not care. And I'll tell you why in a minute, why I don't care about only taking 10 million for Antony. There's more important things at play with this situation here. 200 grand a week in wages is more to the point. So over 10 million a year in wages is what we're going to be saving. Now, that's, when you look at it, sounds absolutely astronomical. It is. This was the last bullet fired by Murto and co from Manchester United. I can see the comments coming in there. 25, 20. Look, honestly, we cannot shift Scott McTominay and Aaron Wan-Bissaka for 20 million. What chance have we got of getting rid of Antony for more than that? There's not a chance in hell that we can get rid of Antony at all. You have to make this acceptable for someone. You have to cut your losses. Look, accept that you've lost money and move forward. Where does that 10 million go? 10 million could get Mazraoui and Matthias De Ligt over the line in the deals that we've got in place right now. That's how, it sounds stupid, it sounds ridiculous, but it goes that far. It goes that far. And then what you're saving in the long run, think about Antony's next 3 years as a Manchester United player, because we can't move him on. And think about the 30 million plus in wages that we're going to have to pay him. And then go, hang on a minute, let's just take 10 million now, save that 30 million, and then make that into 40 million over the next few years that we're not paying and that we have brought in. If you catch me drift with that, you know where I'm going with it. It's a longer term gain right now. And if we are looking at making it football the most important and top of the agenda at Manchester United, then you're going to have to just say, you know what, financially, he wasn't on the list this summer. He wasn't something that we reckoned for. We don't think we'd be able to sell him. But if someone came in with a low bid for Antony, do we just get rid of him? Do we take him off the books? You look at it that way. I mean, I'm just going to throw you some figures now. Like, for instance, players that are actively being spoken about right now who are supposedly leaving Manchester United or United are looking to get rid of. So let's go down the obvious road. So we're talking Antony. We'll add Sancho to that as well. We'll have Lindelof, Maguire. We'll have Lindelof, Wan-Bissaka and Christian Eriksen. I think you could safely say we have got definite interest in all the players. So we're not picking out players from everywhere and making up numbers here, but these are the facts. If you deal in facts, it's hard to ignore what's in front of your eyes and say that this isn't a good deal. The facts are we cannot get a lot of money for these players. That's very true. But if I told you it's going to cost Manchester United £43 million a year in wages for them 5 players, then you start to look at it in a different light completely. That's a definite. That's what's in front of Manchester United. £43 million worth of players in wages. Let's be honest. Who out of that has contributed to Manchester United over the last season? You're pushing Eriksen and Wan-Bissaka's case there out of all of them, aren't you? That's it. And that's sparing as well, because when everyone's fit, Wan-Bissaka don't get in the side. Christian Eriksen, he's the forgotten man. We talked about him yesterday. The video is up there from yesterday, guys. Go and watch that on where we're at with him right now in terms of him leaving Manchester United. Again, another player on astronomical money that Manchester United can be rid of. But 43 million for them 5 players? If you get any transfer fees for them and then you're saving that much, and then the new structure of Ineos putting in a wage package which is acceptable and realistic for the quality of the players, not just hyped up because Murto and Arnold wanted to make it look like they could do the job and pay these players stupid amounts of money, then it's looking a lot more brighter for Manchester United. And that balance sheet and Manchester United being over the threshold of financial fair play starts to come down very, very quickly. And that's how Manchester United make up the difference. Not so much selling players, what they can take off that wage bill, because that's counted to financial fair play. 43 million, and yes, we need to bring other players in and take a bit of that away as well. But you add to that Varane and Martial's wages, Brandon Williams' wages, Mason Greenwood's wages. Manchester United are talking about, from players that were in the squad last year, taking off nearly, check this out, nearly 70/80 million in wages a year. Now, if you half that and brought in players for, say, half of that wage value, you're still looking at saving around about 40 million a bleeding year. That's massive. That's absolutely huge. And guess what? Yeah, all of them players that are coming in, taking up that other half of that wage that I just said, actually might contribute to putting something out on the bleeding pitch. I said, well, football, eh? That's how it's supposed to run. But I'm talking like Eriksen. No, that literally is the situation in terms of the bigger picture and finances of Man United right now. 100 likes in the bag. Thank you, guys. Keep them comments coming in. Get voting on that poll. I'm just going to check that poll right now. Which Manchester United player do you want to see leaving more than any other? I'll give you 4 options. Lindelof, Wan-Bissaka, Scott McTominay and Antony. Now there is a good mix right there. Antony, he's landsliding it, the poor lad. Favela Ferris wheel, he's definitely out the door when it comes to Manchester United fans' votes right now. 48% of the vote has gone with Antony, 22% on Scott's, Wan-Bissaka's at 5%, and Lindelof, he's taking a good chunk out of it as well at 25%. Keep them votes coming in, guys. We're at about 500 votes on that. Let's try and get that up to 1,000 before we finish up the show. Okay. Moving on to names in that list and where we're up to. I did talk about Wan-Bissaka and Mazraoui within the opening of the video, and Fabrizio Romano pretty much confirmed what we said yesterday. We went live early yesterday afternoon. Thank you everybody for tuning into that video. And we went with the news of Mazraoui pretty much being agreed by Bayern Munich and Manchester United in full agreement. Player agreed completely. The only thing holding this up is Wan-Bissaka accepting a bid, accepting wages from West Ham United. It's not seen as a hurdle and something that can definitely move forward very, very quickly with Wan-Bissaka and West Ham. But Manchester United need to get Wan-Bissaka gone before they can make this happen. And everybody is reporting this now as pretty much done. We are safe. It was done 2 days ago, apparently, according to Fabrizio Romano. The only thing in the way is Wan-Bissaka and him agreeing with West Ham. So when he says, Romano, that is, that this is going to be a massive week for Manchester United with several deals in the offing, this is one of them that's happening. So this is 2 of them in Wan-Bissaka shooting and Mazraoui coming into Manchester United. I think everybody's agreed in terms of technical ability, Mazraoui is an upgrade on Wan-Bissaka. I think we can safely say that. There are concerns with his injury record. Yes, when are we not worried about a player being injured at Manchester United these days? By the way, Højlund, there's a video of Højlund actually walking into training today as well. I've seen that pop up this morning. So what's happening there, I don't know. Maybe the warm down, but Rasmus doesn't look as bad as first thoughts. Lenioro is the one that we're all waiting to hear about properly and where he is at. But Rasmus really does not look as bad as everybody was making out. And the precautions that we're taking, like we said yesterday on the video, look like they've paid off because Rasmus is walking and is part of training. So that is great news for Manchester United. But yes, Wan-Bissaka, I've seen him walking into training as well with all the boys. Like, it's probably hard for players to actually be on tour and know that all of the talk behind the scenes of them going. Like, they're working, that's like their day-to-day with all of their teammates and everything like that. But deep down, they know that they're off, and the discussions are that they could be moving quite soon. Is Wan-Bissaka going to be on a plane before the squad leaves in less than a week's time back for the UK from the US? I could see that happening. I could see him moving this week before, definitely before the Liverpool game. To be honest, I think before the Betis game on Thursday, I think with everything that's going on, I think Wan-Bissaka could be on an early flight home. And that's point proven that deals do still happen, even with players on the tour and pre-season tours. United carry on as normal. So Wan-Bissaka could be on the move very quickly. And on that private jet, heading back to the UK to sign for West Ham, which is seen as a formality at this point, according to all reports going through. Lindelof, the other hand, and where we're at with him, this is a definite. Phil Brown from Melikins, who does a lot of work with the Muppeteers. He's based over in America, in LA. I've met him, I've had him on my show. He is well informed and does come up with quite a lot of stuff. From the American side, he's saying that Lindelof is pretty much done. He's going. Someone actually private messaged me saying that Lindelof's wife has been on a podcast talking about them as a couple discussing where they're going to live next and where they're going to move to in terms of like houses and where they're going. So it does look like there is a lot going on in the background. Lindelof has only just been brought back into first team training as well. He has had a niggle. And Manchester United have been very, very careful with Victor Lindelof's training programme and what he's doing and not overworking Lindelof. I don't know if we're going to see him play against Betis. It's not as far down the line as what Aaron Wan-Bissaka's is, but it's one of them deals that could move quickly, as in one phone call, right, let's get this done. That's where it is. Victor Lindelof, according to the reports, is accepting of leaving Manchester United. He knows he's going, and like I said, as soon as that last bit of communication and getting the deal over the line, them conversations, them minor details are done, he will be off skis and another player out of the door of Manchester United. And like I said, like another one contributing to this massive wage bill that United have got that they're going to save an absolute fortune with. So yeah, looking at Lindelof, Wan-Bissaka, very close. Eriksen we spoke about yesterday, very close. Jadon Sancho, Fabrizio Romano has come out and updated us again on Jadon Sancho. Literally, first thing this morning, Fabrizio Romano has done another update on Jadon Sancho. And this, as it looks, all comes down to what Manchester United want to do, according to Fabrizio Romano. And it's a case of like, how much do United want? Do they want to get rid of Jadon Sancho? Like, I'm sorry, what? Do you want to get rid of him? Like, I can understand like a discussion going on, like, do we want to get rid of Sancho right now? Especially if they are trying to move Antony on. Now, is it between Antony and Sancho? Personally, you're both going. See you later. I'd rather sell Antony and get rid of him and keep Pellistri at the football club. Now, we know that Pellistri's in talks with Panathinaikos to move over to the Greek league. It seems a bit crazy, to be honest. But if United got rid of Sancho and Antony, and I've said my price for Antony, you all know it's ludicrous, it's crazy. but we may actually be then back in the market for another forward. And obviously there's talks of plenty of forwards United have been looking at. Obviously we've had Jerry Simmons, we've had Olmo, we've had Tony in the forward department in terms of players we're looking to bring in. But all of these deals that we're talking about here, Lindelof, Wan-Bissaka, Eriksen, possibly Antony, Sancho, would just contribute to Manchester United getting Ugarte and De Ligt over the line. Romano has also come out and said that Manchester United and Matthijs De Ligt are still fully agreed from their side. Personally, fully on board with the move, no matter what happens with, and I still can't remember the name of the new centre-back that Bayern Munich have bought that has broke his foot yesterday in pre-season. It doesn't matter about that, apparently, according to Fabrizio Romano. They still want Tar from Bayer Leverkusen, and it's not going to change anything in terms of the deal that's in place with Matthijs De Ligt right now. They don't want to move from 42 million by Munich. They won't move from 42 million, apparently, but something has to sooner or later. And I think Romano is sort of teeing something up here with the Matthijs De Ligt conversation. He's sort of just like teasing us in a little bit, because there was no need or reason to actually talk about Matthijs De Ligt with all of the other news going on, but he's brought him into the conversation amidst the actual statement that he made, saying that this is going to be an absolutely huge week for Manchester United. It is going to be a big one by the looks of it, but 42 million is what Bayern Munich wants. They want add-ons on top of that. I think United would push for 42 million, including the add-ons, but apparently there's been some reports that that is even wider of the mark in terms of agreement levels with both Man United and Bayern Munich. But standing firm on both sides, what all of Manchester United's business in getting rid of players is doing is just freeing up a little bit more wiggle room, you could say, and a bit more negotiation room with all of the players we want in. But yeah, don't expect anything in the forward line to come in until Ugarte, De Ligt, Mazraoui, they're over the line. They're 3 definites, making it 5 signings for United. A 6 would be a cherry on top of the cake sort of signing. Another forward, something like that to add. But I feel like that, going off reports, would come if Manchester United sold Antony and Sancho. If one goes, there's still a chance, but honestly, I've seen a great tweet this morning. I don't know if it's a bit brutal or not, but someone said, should we get a statue of Dan Ashworth outside of Old Trafford if he manages to sell Antony this summer? I'm just going to go back into the poll right now just to see where you guys are actually at. We're at 800 votes. Let's get a few more votes on the poll, guys, so we can finish this up. Lindelof. So sorry, the question again, if you are watching and catching up later and you want to play along with the actual poll, get your comments in. It says, who do you most want to see leaving Manchester United this summer? Lindelof, Wan-Bissaka, Scott McTominay or Antony? Antony is leading the way with 48%, followed by Victor Lindelof on 23%, 6% say Wan-Bissaka, 23% of you are going with Scott McTominay. No updates on Scott yet, still waiting for movement from either Galatasaray or Fulham. They're the 2 clubs involved in the bidding for Scott McTominay. And that pretty much rounds up everything that's going on with Manchester United that I can see. To break it down, players at Manchester United are definitely looking to move on. Antony, Sancho, Eriksen, Wan-Bissaka, Victor Lindelof. Yeah, we might not make a lot of money out of them sales, but we are saving £43 million worth of wages. And that, I think, the bigger picture in all of this, and how Manchester United are balancing their books with financial fair play. They would give Manchester United a lot more breathing room in this transfer window alone to go out and make more signings. So yes, that's the big story in all of it. We have an actual interest from Besiktas in Antony. Lindelof is talking as well about moving over to Fenerbahce. Things are moving very quickly on both of them deals. It's just that Antony does not want to go. And that's the problem we've always had with players like that. They are happy at United. Of course they are. They don't want to go on the other side because they know what they've got at Manchester United, which is an easy life, really. But that is it, guys. That is your morning update, all rounded up and finished. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. This is our last day here on our short break, so content will be quick fire and as we can get it. We're probably still going to be okay for the lunchtime show. I'll keep you all posted on that. And then this evening's show, again, there will be one there. As and when it happens, I'll keep you posted. So make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you've got your notifications on for all the updates coming, and we'll be across anything that breaks. And if anything does come about, I'll just be going with it. So I'll just be ready to go. It's going to be a very busy week. We've had over 1,000 people in the room, well over 200 likes. Thank you so much, everybody, for being involved. Absolutely smashing it. 51,000 subscribers. We're on the road, guys. I can see that 100 mark on the horizon. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. I'll see you all at lunchtime. Have a good one.